Alright guys, so we're back. We're going to go ahead and get back to the 71B. Let's see, we left off with the Lincoln. That's just parked back there. We're going to do that here soon, but I want to get back to the 71, see if we can't get her timed right. I know a lot of you guys told me I may have a timing chain slap. I'm going to try to see if, I'm going to test that out, put a breaker bar on the crank, see if the rotor has a little bit of play in it. But I ended up throwing a lot more money at this thing and it still don't run right. So it's awesome on my end. But I ended up getting a set of Douglas headers for it. And I think what we're gonna do is, I can't start it or anything yet without anything on it because I pulled the exhaust manifolds off last week. So I'll take you around, I'll show you the Douglas headers. I'll show you what I'm going to do there. We can at least get that done today and then fire her up because she does run. She just runs like crap. And we'll at least try to get her timed and see if that does anything. All right, so let me show you what I got here. All right, let's go around. So we got some beautiful Douglas long tube headers. Paid a pretty penny for these ones, guys. Let's see here. Bam. Doug's, not Douglas, Doug's. Sorry guys, I'm sitting here saying Douglas, I don't know why. So Doug's, and then let me show you what we're gonna do. So I was trying to save all the studs on the heads right there. And I should have known that it came with bolts anyway. Only thing that sucks is every time you pull these studs out, it starts draining all the water out of the block and the heads, which is fine. I just let it go on the floor. At this point, what's it matter? So I'll probably end up welding because I tried some of these do twist right out, which is nice. That's why I got this bolt here, just kind of plugging it up. These ones, of course, aren't going to. So what I'm going to end up doing is probably welding a little nut on the end of these. And then hopefully I could get lucky and they'll get hot enough and just twist right out. And that is about it for that. So let's continue. Let's get this 71. And I appreciate our guys' comments helping me out on this one. Let's get this one running, man. I'm getting tired of this car. All right. So I was trying to be slick and leave the wires attached and the plugs in it. And you guys know when you try to cut corners, you guys seen me do it a few times. You're never gonna win anyway. So you might as well just go ahead and pull the plugs, pull the wires, get everything out of your way. And then you got a nice clean slate. Then you could go ahead and clean off the head where the exhaust manifold gasket's gonna be, or the header gasket. And might as well just take your time and do it. All right, plugs are out. I'm gonna screw these little nuts on the end here. And then pop a little weld on them on the end. With the heat and everything, I'm hoping they'll back right out. So far, it's 383, and I shouldn't even say anything, but it's been not too bad getting these studs out, the ones that did come out. And the exhaust manifolds, the bolts all came off real easy. Usually you end up breaking a few of them studs. And so we'll keep on praying that these studs want to play ball. All right, so let me get the welder out. Let me pop a little, actually I'm gonna crank those on just a little bit more so the stud's sticking through the nut, and then I could pop the weld on them, and with the heat and stuff, hopefully they'll come right out. Just be careful you guys don't weld up the side of the nut that you need to put the socket on, otherwise you'll be having to fight with that. Perfect. All right, so we got one, guys. I'm gonna re-weld that again, the nut on there. Hopefully the heat, a lot of times I get lucky when I weld this because the heat is so hot it'll get those studs to turn out. All right, so we got the car up. It is calling for you to, you know, the usual on headers. You gotta drop a motor mount, raise it up like 2 or 3 inches, and they slide right in. I just want to see if I can get lucky and see if it would go in there without me having to drop motor mounts. And on this side, I did make it, so it wasn't even that bad. I just kind of, you know, finagled my way up in there, and look at that, guys. What do you think? That's her on one side. I'm just gonna put the gasket on and go ahead and, it's calling for you to do a little Teflon tape on the end of the new studs that are going in, just so no water leaks past those. So I'm gonna Teflon tape those up. Like I said, put the gasket on and go ahead and put the passenger side in. So let's drop the car back down since the header is looking good on that side. And I'm not even gonna talk about the driver's side. We'll just do this. We'll just worry about the passenger side first and see how she goes. I am a little worried about, well, maybe not, my plug wires. They're not the straights anymore. I had the 90-degree plug wire turns, and I don't know if that's gonna fly now. It may. I don't know, as long as they don't rest on the header, that's the biggest concern. So we'll go with this first. We can always change plug wires. I hate to do it because those things are expensive and I cut them all real nice. But if we have to, we have to. All right, let's drop her down. All right, guys. So the only thing I can tell you is tell yourself that they sound so good when you put them on, and they're worth all the swearing and aggravation it takes to get them on. All right, so I have on the bottom of my head, there is a couple of bolts that are sticking up that hold the head down. My header, of course, barely, I'm talking like maybe an eighth, if that, I'm gonna notch out on the bottom of the header on the flange, if that. Not even, it's hardly anything, but it's just holding it up just enough to get that that header don't want to seat perfectly. So I'm going to pull the header back down. Go ahead, I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get it off. I'm going to notch it just a little bit and then put it back on. All right, so bear with me here. We'll try to get this one back out. You guys can watch it as I do it here. Okay, try not to jack these up. But all right, let's go over here. You guys can look what I'm talking about. All right, so on the bottom of this header, right there on this flange, you'll see if I can see that little tick mark. I'm trying to hold it for you. Right here, it's barely hitting on the bottom of the stud from the heads. So I am going to just take a little notch out of there, and then it should sit perfectly. And then we'll stick it back in there, crank them down, hope for the best on the other side. All right, guys, wasn't bad at all. Just make sure you tighten these bolts, especially after they get hot. Go ahead and give them another crank. I ended up just notching that header like you seen, and I ended up having to, it wasn't quite enough on the what I notched, so I ended up just shaving it down just a little more, and it worked out pretty good. That was my only hang up on them. They were really, I don't know, they weren't even really that bad. We'll see how the other side goes. I do have a mini starter on that side, so I'm hoping I get lucky. And they go in as easy as this one did. So I'm gonna put the spark plugs in, hope my wires will run around the headers. We'll see. Headers are such a pain in the butt, but they're worth it. You guys all know that. They're worth it when they're on. They sound so mean. But you definitely get your... You definitely put your work in to get them in. But they're worth it. So, alright. I'll do spark plugs. Get them wires back on. And we'll see how it goes. So, headers on. Plugs did pretty good. All my 90-degree plug wires were all great, except for one cylinder. And what I did is I just put the straight boot on it, and it cleared the header. So 90 degrees, no problem. I was thinking I was gonna have to change all these wires out, but these Doug headers, man, they make them, you know, you definitely get what you pay for on these. I paid good money for them, but they were worth it because everything cleared good. The bolts went in good, and I have no complaints. And everything cleared too around the transmission down at the bottom. So, all right, on with the driver's side. All right, so we are going to get the studs out on this side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna weld the nuts so they can't back off the stud, and see if I can luck out and get all the studs out on the driver's side. I got lucky on the passenger side, but this one, I want to see if I can get all 5 of these to come out. So, weld these up. First attempt, and I'll probably have to run torches on these. Oh, got it. All right, so we got that one. Hopefully the water's already drained out of this block from the other side, so. All right, one down. What, 5 more to go? 4 more to go. Oh, we got one that got that one too. Three more left. It's gonna be the last one that gives me a problem, watch. Well, that was easy. This one must have been out already. Get lucky, guys. Now the last one. Which I don't think, oh, the socket does. Cooled down quick. I thought it'd be hot. All right, that's it. That's how you get the studs out, in my opinion. So just weld the nut onto the back, and we got lucky. We got all of them out on both sides of the block. Didn't break off nothing. Now all I'm gonna do is clean the head and for the exhaust manifold gasket, and we'll see if this header is gonna be just as easy as that passenger side is. I'm trying not to jack up the motor, trying not to undo the engine mounts and have to pull the motor up 3 inches or anything like that. And we'll see how it works. So, all right, day 2, guys. So I got the headers on both sides. This one was more of a beast than that passenger side. I had to do a little bit of notching around the flange and just keep working it. And it eventually, you know, played ball. So I had to add one long style boot to this side as well, just like I did on the passenger side. Because these 90 degrees, I was able to use 3 out of the 4 on this side of the engine, but I needed to put a long boot on this side because it was just gonna ride on those headers. So as long as none of my wires are touching. So I'm gonna try to fire her up and then see how crazy this thing is gonna sound with these Doug's headers on here. And then I'm gonna put the timing light on her, see if I can't get her timed, and then see what she does from there. All right, so before we get this thing out and do the first ride and all that stuff, I want to do a transmission service. This thing looks, well, the trans fluid doesn't look bad in it, but once again, I don't think it had much in it when I first got this car, so obviously it's going to look new because I dumped a bunch in there. But I want to change out the filter and just redo the gasket because it's leaking. I think I showed you guys that before. And we'll go from there. So trans service, and we'll drop her back down. What else was I gonna tell you? I guess that's it for now. So guys, the sponsor of this video today is Super Clean, and my floor is trashed. We got the 71B off the lift. We did a transmission service on it, and of course it threw transmission oil all over the floor. So I'm going to try the Super Clean absorbent, I'm going to try the Super Clean spray, and we're going to go ahead and get this floor back to tip-top shape. Super Clean, leave me a comment. I'll pick a winner at the end of the month, and I'll send you guys a box of Super Clean, and then you can try it out and let me know what you think. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he's always getting bored.
Yeah, I'll see y'all. Nice meeting you. Huh? He fixed it? I mean, it seemed to want to play ball. So 71 Charger SuperBee, sitting in the carport since what, 1997. So she wants to run. She sounds mean. You like how we were running straight headers through the neighborhood like that? Oh yeah, my neighbors love me for that one. I try to be real nice going down the street so they don't get all upset, but I didn't want to put exhaust on it because I wasn't ready with, working every bug out of it yet. So, and as you see, did you guys see that last bug I got in there? Did you figure it out? Did you put your skills to the test? Because it put mine to the test. But you want to know what it was? If you said belts, you were wrong, because that's the first thing I said. It was torque converter. The torque converter was spun on that shaft. And I ended up having my buddy over here, and we were going through it left and right. It's when you put a load on it, it would make that squealing noise. If it was just idling or whatever, or just half throttle, it was fine. But once you get it past the halfway mark, she wanted to squeal. It took me a while to figure that one out. So we pulled the transmission. I'm going to have a 2500 stall put in it. I'm going to let my buddy, who's an old school Mopar cat, rebuild the tranny, just go through it. I didn't really feel like it was a shifting problem or anything like that. It's just that torque converter. And I always kept wondering, like, when I get it past half throttle, like, it would just kind of, it almost felt like it had no power, So that was before I really figured out what it was. But anyway, hey guys, thanks again for helping me with it. The beginning part of the car, if you guys told me timing, you were right. I was at 12 degrees, and that's what they call for out of the factory. But with a cam and all that stuff, I put a light on it, and I twisted that bad boy all the way over to around 32, and I just kind of worked it in from there, and then it was fine. So timing was the problem at the beginning. Appreciate all you guys' support on that. And then now we're back to torque converter, so I got the tranny pulled. But anyway, hey, if you guys like what we do, prime up that subscribe button and leave us a comment. Let me know what you think. I read all the comments. I try to get back to you guys the best I can. Sometimes my notifications don't go off on my phone. So I'll sit there in the evening or early in the morning drinking coffee, and I'll look through the comments, and I didn't even see some of these comments at the bottom or whatever. They just didn't notify me on my phone. So if I don't answer you back, don't take it personally. It's just I didn't see them. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys like the Bee. Sat in that carport since 97. We're doing the best we can, and it's getting there. Later, guys.